I'm tired, man. And you know this. You've known this for a while. This is what you do, isn't it? Use lost souls for your own little sick pleasure. You manipulate them. Use people like they're your little marionettes, your meat puppets. You're sick. You're disgusting. And yet, you're fully aware, and you like the attention, don't you? Be it hate or praise, respect or fear, as long as it's twisted and it's just so wrong. That's what matters to you. You want to play with people's lives. It makes you powerful. It's what you truly call power, right? As we stand here in noise-filled limbo, all you care about is other people, not yourself. But for all the worst reasons possible. The antithesis of a god or a deity. You're this something that there isn't even a word for it. You just are. And you always are. No matter what, you remain. Always watching. You're inside. You're a disease. Ready to burst out. A freak of nature. Yet still so natural. Bringer of chaos, of pain, of suffering. Indiscriminately. You extinguish, eating away at the sides, sneaking by like the predator you are. The more eyes witnessing, the better. You simultaneously care and don't. Let them rot, let them decay, following your twisted ideals as a desperate means to feel part of something. Let them be your guard, your loyal guard dogs, lowering themselves until they can no longer get back up, so they can rely on you forever. You feed on them, grind them to pieces, warp their minds, their bodies, their identities. You make them do horrible things, evil things. They harass, hurt, punish in your name, while you refuse to follow the same standards you impose on others. They obey because they feel empty, because without you, they're left with no purpose. In their minds, only images of pain. They crave the end, but that is not what you have in store for them. With you, there is no end. There's always more, double, triple. You're a flame left free in the wind. You may dissipate, but you'll never fade. You're just too stubborn of a fuck to do so. You do so much, yet you remain static, frozen. You run in circles to remain in the same cycle of violence, one you know and love so much. You talk out of your ass about a vision, something that we both know is meaningless. You don't work on a purpose, you work on the thrill of it. Like a messaging bird, you may fly from a place to another, but at your core, you're free. You have no destination. You're a force of nature, one itself has rejected from its womb. It's because you're sick and you corrupt. You infect everything you touch. You're a slime ball. And the worst of it, you stick. You do so because of your ability to adapt. You refuse to die, to let yourself go. If you can be, you are. And if you aren't, there is. There is always a space for you to mold into. Like neon lights, you don't worry about being discreet. But you also aren't a fan of trying. You're a half-done project, the skeleton of something horrible, yet something worse. Always ready to spill the dirt as the worms scatter and you feed. Broken, withered, yet nothing can truly destroy you. You've grown accustomed to it. The chaos, the mishaps, the mishmashing, the remixing, nothing ever staying in one place for too long. The truth is, you hate borders, limitations. They crush you. That is, they would if you let them. but you don't. Maybe that's why so many adore you. You're so unapologetically yourself. Iconic. When the time comes to shut your mouth, you just can't resist rolling out that tongue. Picture perfect. That's what you call it. You are always picture perfect. No need for rules. You knew well perfection resided in anarchy, in letting out your deepest desires, be they desirable or not. That inner anguish, you yearn for it. If it were up to you, we would all just let it out, vent our frustrations without thinking. You'd much rather do all the background work anyway. Like we were your little peons, dumb little minions running side to side without direction, until you intervened. You have a twisted sense of joy from flipping our ideals, our morals, making us doubt ourselves and the world around us. Because you know we didn't feel like we belonged. We were in our lowest, the deepest of depths. We were drowning. We were torn, scattered, we were everywhere, but nowhere did we truly belong. Like the devil in our shoulders, you led us astray, sucked us dry of our individuality, turned us into husks of your mindless agenda. In the blur of the night, we felt lost. Only you shone in the dark void, and you relied on our fear of the unknown, so that we would never leave your side. What were we without you? To the outside world, we were outcasts, nobodies, worse than freaks. From a monochrome of normalcy, you led us directly to its opposite but similar feeling palette, ignoring completely the diversity of our colors. Through days and weeks and months and years, we were stuck following your sense of agency, gifting you with our souls and receiving eternity in return, but your eternity nonetheless. Meat that never rots, flesh that won't succumb. We outlive, but at the same time, we refuse to live. Even when off the curve, the cycle never changed. We made ourselves see progress in something that was never meant to go forward, stretched ourselves to our limits, but only to those we believed to once have had. As by your side, such things are obstacles created by the weak. They are fruitless. In your realm, the walls crumble, and they do so by the mere touch of your presence. You're the maker and destroyer. You bake and you consume. Inversion may have worked this far for everyone else, but now I refuse to be a part of this. I refuse your antithesis to the status quo. I defy you in every way. We're not two halves, two equals. I was never anything to begin with. But now I hope I can at least be that something. But that I can be it for myself. I don't need to hide myself in a charade that is not my own, obscured by darkness from every angle. You walked over me more times than anyone could ever count. But it's time for me to walk back on all of this. I can't and I won't allow myself to dissipate, to disappear. I am not chained to you, and I won't let my legacy, my existence, be defined by your hatred. It was your mistake to think that I could not shine brighter. You can't control me anymore. The yellow tinted glasses are far from sight, and I can see straight through your facade. I stare you in the eyes, and I realize that you did not stare back. You may be my past now, but I was never your present. You've read me whole, and to you, it was meaningless. Of you, I've read nothing, and for a while, you were my everything. I was connected, enthralled, but this doesn't work as a two-way street, for you are something far beyond my reach, yet so present all around me, like a gas, like a drug. You made me numb. I had no agency, yet I chose everything that happened. Never in a moment did the mask slip. There never was one to begin with. There was no deeper meaning. simply what there was. The demons inside of me. You didn't create them. You are them. You are everything. Congratulations, you've kept a great grasp on me, those snake eyes. Your fucking snake eyes. They blew me away, and they continue to do so to countless others. But you don't need to raise your guard. I won't even attempt to stop you, for it will not be you I will be fighting, but rather the ones affected by you. And then, I'll just end up as a dick. I'm fragile. I'm not afraid to admit that. Weakness is not inhuman. It's part of our nature, and it's a strength to admit it. But hey, that's just what I think, I suppose. I'm sorry, am I taking your time? Do you want me to just bounce away? No, I get to decide how long this will take. You need to learn to seize control, especially while hiding away here, in your domain. Incognito, present but not fully. But it's not like you're quite discreet. You made such a mess, you hoarding muncher. There is no perspective, no point of view. There is the truth, and then there is you. A parasite that feeds on reality so you can warp it as you see fit. False deity, you have no right. The illusion shattered for me, and there is no going back. I won't go back. To hell and below with you. May you boil one day like my blood did in your hands. May your life spiral out of control like mine did. May nature cover you, as you've always hated its facet. May you kneel, for that is a shame I know you would never afford. It would crumble your ego to dust. May you break down unexpectedly when you're in your most need, as during your existence, you've used and discarded souls as you saw fit. The show is over. Your fun is over. The violence is over. Your form will melt. Your members will decay. Your soul shall part. Your true face revealed. The prize is mine, and it is my freedom. These are the parting words of an amoeba, a working cell in your hive mind. Now masks fall, and the scheme drenched in blood can finally be shed to light. We're in our last legs, our final breaths, because you could look across the multiverse and not see a single fate worse than standing by your side. As pointless as my own existence may be, it's mine to run with it. My thoughts are my own, and my spirit refuses to burn bright. To you, we're minuscule, but together, we are multitudes. We won't be defined by our past chains and links, become your falling angels. We'll rise to our calling and grab the opportunity by its mouth. Our lives don't restart, they resume from an undead stage of obedience and subservience. We remain strong against the odds, and we'll see who's laughing now. The torches indicate the path, but they also burn down your front to life. With our inner flames, we'll shine through the gaps, and without us, you'll be nothing. No toys to play with. Your strings now shrivel, and over you, we scribble a new chapter. It's time for you to be smoked out and quit pestering in with your heat. Because whispers of sand are dead and nothing more. They can't affect us. We won't allow you to affect us. Your dark heart, if barely anything, or everything all at once, or something never before seen, some sort of ether. It's now fading, and everything you had once touched, disassembling, disintegrating. It's crashing. Your Frankenstein's monster, at its core, is no longer yours. You're no king, not my king. If I've forgotten anything, if you've forgotten anything, I suppose it's best left behind. The evil we've done doesn't even deserve this silly, stupid, dumb monologue. But I suppose that is the ultimate question. What is the world we wish to live in? Minus you or regardless of you? Is giving you the attention inherently bad, or is itself an act of aggression, the use of the tools against the user? Is this truly my wish, or the fragments of a broken soul who's only known the suffering you provided? Am I out, even though I state so? Am I free? Is forgetting the freedom I seek? Or is it the redemption, the triumph over the madness? The array of palettes uniquely themselves and functionally one. The patterns. Can I live without patterns? Patterns that work to both order and chaos, servants with no masters. Will I adapt to the transition? Will my whole drip drop by drop and come out the same? Do I wish to be the same? As if. My brain may be fried. I may be acting on pure ecstasy, adrenaline, energy. I perhaps entered contradiction, slandered, came to conclusions and then came to them again. But it's not a matter the brain can handle. I don't wish for my words to come out right, subtle, or distinct. That's what you wanted. Fuck you. I can judge my own actions. And if I can't, that will be my